Have you ever looked at yourself, or someone you know, and wondered why two people born under the same zodiac sign can feel so different? Why one Capricorn might be calm and distant, while another seems full of creative energy, and yet another plans every step of life like a chess master? Here's a shocking truth most people don't know: not all Capricorns are the same. In fact, your exact birthday within Capricorn season reveals a hidden force shaping your personality. It's called the 3 types of Capricorn, and understanding this could completely change how you see yourself, and how you understand the people around you. Maybe you've always felt different from other Capricorns. Maybe people have misunderstood your quiet nature, your constant need to create, or your sharp mind that never stops analyzing. In this video, we're going to uncover why. But this isn't just basic zodiac talk. Today, we'll dive deeper, with insights from psychology, astrology, and personal growth. We'll explore the real reasons behind your emotions, behaviors, and life choices. So, are you ready to find out which type of Capricorn you really are? If you're curious, if you've ever asked yourself, why am I like this, then stay with me. You're about to discover something important. And hey, if you enjoy content like this, remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. It really helps more people understand themselves, just like you're about to. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. The world around you is chaotic. People panic. Everything feels out of control. But you stand still. Calm. Silent. Focused. While others are overwhelmed, you remain the quiet center of the hurricane. If you've ever felt this way, you might carry the soul of what astrologers call the serene Capricorn. But what does that really mean? Let's go deeper. For these Capricorns, calmness isn't just a personality trait. It's a way of surviving. A way of moving through life without being consumed by it. You see, life throws chaos at everyone. Problems at work, family issues, relationship drama, financial stress. While many people get swept away by the emotional waves, the serene Capricorn stands apart. They've learned that calmness isn't weakness. It's their armor. A shield built over years of carrying responsibility. Of being the one others depend on, even when no one asks if they're okay. Think about someone you know like this. Maybe it's you. The person everyone leans on. The friend who listens. The family member who never complains. The coworker who quietly solves problems without needing applause. It looks like strength. And it is. But there's a hidden truth here. This calmness, it doesn't come from never feeling stress. It comes from knowing that showing stress will only add to the chaos around them. So, they carry it in silence. Inside. Alone. That's why many serene Capricorns seek solitude. Not because they dislike people, but because being alone is sometimes the only space where they can breathe. Psychologically, this behavior is called self-regulation. It's when a person learns to manage their emotions internally, rather than react externally. And serene Capricorns master this without even realizing it. When life gets heavy, they don't lash out. They step back. They reflect. They process. Alone. But here's the thing. While solitude protects them, it also isolates them. Many people misunderstand their quiet nature. Others think they're cold, distant. But the truth is, solitude is where these Capricorns heal. It's where they rebuild their inner strength. So, if you're someone who craves time alone, don't feel guilty. Don't think something's wrong with you. Solitude isn't your weakness. It's your way of surviving in a world that often feels too loud. Now, let's talk about responsibility. For serene Capricorns, it's not just an obligation. It becomes part of who they are. Being reliable. Being the rock. Always showing up. That's how they define themselves. And while this makes them invaluable friends, partners, and leaders, it also comes with a hidden cost. Silent exhaustion. Because when you always carry others, who carries you? If this sounds like your life, here's something important. It's okay to say no. It's okay to let someone else take over sometimes. Being responsible doesn't mean sacrificing your own well-being. But the problem is, serene Capricorns rarely ask for help. They see their role as the strong one, the problem solver. And that mindset can trap them in cycles of burnout. In relationships, they often express love through actions, not words. They'll fix your problems. They'll be there when everyone else disappears. But they won't always say how they feel. Why? Because actions feel safer than emotions. Actions are controllable. Words, they can be messy, vulnerable. And serene Capricorns aren't used to being vulnerable. Their emotional distance isn't about not caring. It's about protecting themselves, keeping their inner world safe. They analyze situations from a distance because staying detached helps them think clearly. Imagine you're in a crisis. You need someone who can see the bigger picture. Someone who won't get swept up in panic. That's when the serene Capricorn shines. Their calmness becomes their superpower. But even superpowers have limits. And sometimes, being the strong one all the time makes them feel invisible, taken for granted. So, if you have a serene Capricorn in your life, check in on them. Not when they look like they're struggling, but when they seem perfectly fine. Because that's when they're carrying the most. Professionally, these Capricorns are often the ones who work quietly behind the scenes. They're not chasing applause or fame. What matters to them is legacy. Building something that lasts. They want to leave behind proof that their life mattered. That their work, their sacrifices, their quiet presence, changed something for the better. It could be a business, a family, a community role. But whatever it is, it's built not for recognition, but for permanence. Psychologists call this the search for existential meaning. And it's why serene Capricorns are drawn to careers where they can build structures, systems, or foundations that outlast them. They're not just working for today. They're building for the future. Their leadership style is quiet, subtle, but powerful. They lead by example, not by command. People follow them not because they're loud, but because they're trustworthy. Because they're steady when others aren't. This is what psychologists call quiet authority. It's the ability to influence without force, to inspire respect without demanding it. And serene Capricorns do this naturally. If you're someone who feels more comfortable working in the background, who prefers actions over words, who values loyalty over attention, this might be you. And that's not a weakness. That's your hidden strength. But remember, being the rock for everyone else doesn't mean you have to carry the entire world alone. It's okay to step back. It's okay to rest. Because even the strongest mountain needs time to weather the storm in silence. Take care of your inner world as much as you care for others. That's the true path of the serene Capricorn. And when you do, your calmness won't just protect you. It will inspire those around you to find their own inner peace. Now, let's dive deeper into something most people never see on the surface of a serene Capricorn. It's their love for solitude. Not because they're antisocial, not because they're cold, but because time alone is where they finally feel free. Away from expectations. Away from responsibilities. Away from the unspoken pressure of always being the strong one. Imagine a person sitting alone in a quiet room, not feeling lonely, but finally breathing. That's what solitude means to them. It's not isolation. It's sanctuary. Psychologists call this reflective solitude, the need to step away, to turn inward, to process, to heal. You see, serene Capricorns often carry silent emotional weight. They don't complain about it. They don't even show it. But inside, they're sorting through their own thoughts, their doubts, their dreams. In their solitude, they're not running from people. They're reconnecting with themselves. Maybe you've felt this. That urge to switch off the world, just to hear your own thoughts again. It's not weakness. It's your soul asking for space to grow. And for serene Capricorns, this space isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. Without it, their inner calm begins to crack. Their famous composure starts to fade. So, if you're someone who needs to recharge alone, honor that. Protect that time. It's how you stay strong for yourself, before being strong for others. Now here's something surprising. Solitude doesn't make serene Capricorns overthink or spiral like it might for other signs. Instead, it sharpens them. Alone, they become clearer. Their goals solidify. Their sense of purpose deepens. They think about life not as a series of chaotic events, but as a path. A plan. A journey they're quietly shaping, step by step. And that's where their strength comes from. Inner alignment. A private clarity no one else sees. But let's be honest, people misunderstand this. Friends might say, "Why are you always alone?" Partners might worry, "Are you shutting me out?" Colleagues might label them distant or cold. But the truth is simple. Serene Capricorns withdraw not to disconnect, but to reconnect with themselves. So, here's some advice if this sounds like you. Don't apologize for needing time alone. Don't explain your silence. Use it. Treasure it. In those quiet moments, you're rebuilding your mental resilience. You're not avoiding life. You're preparing for it. And that's something most people won't understand until they've walked in your shoes. Now, let's talk about something that defines the serene Capricorn more than people realize: their discipline. Not the loud, showy kind, but the quiet, steady, daily commitment to their goals. They don't chase quick wins. They're not easily distracted by temporary pleasures. Instead, they work slowly, consistently, patiently. Like a mountain forming over time. Like a tree growing its roots before anyone sees the branches. In a world obsessed with instant success, serene Capricorns follow a different path. A long game. They know that real achievements aren't built overnight. They're built through focus. Through sacrifice. Through choosing long-term growth over short-term gratification. And yes, that can feel lonely. Because not many people walk this path. But that's where serene Capricorns excel. Think about someone who quietly works late. Someone who says no to distractions while others chase fleeting joys. Someone who builds brick by brick, while others rush to decorate empty walls. That's the mindset of a serene Capricorn. And if this is you, remember, your pace doesn't have to match the world's noise. Your consistency is your superpower. People might not notice your work today. But one day, they'll look back and see the legacy you've built. But here's the hidden challenge. This disciplined solitude often gets misinterpreted. Others might think you're aloof. That you don't care. That you're emotionally unavailable. But that's not true. It's just that your emotional energy is reserved. It's directed inward. Toward your long-term goals. Toward protecting your mental clarity. When life gets overwhelming, serene Capricorns don't seek comfort in people. They seek silence. Space. A return to themselves. And that's not selfish. It's survival. Because this inner clarity is what lets them make the right decisions when others are panicking. It's why they can be calm when everything's falling apart. In psychology, this is called emotional distancing, a strategy that lets you step back, analyze, and respond rationally instead of emotionally. And serene Capricorns master this art. Not to push people away, but to stay focused on what matters. They don't let emotional storms cloud their judgment. They observe. They reflect. They act when ready. But this emotional distance comes at a price. People might see them as cold or unfeeling. Yet inside, they care deeply. They just express it differently. Through actions. Through showing up. Through being dependable when it matters most. And that brings us to their greatest trait and their greatest burden. Their sense of responsibility. For serene Capricorns, responsibility isn't something they take on, it's something they become. It's not about being asked to help. It's about feeling like if they don't help, no one will. They're the ones who stay late at work to finish the project. The ones who remember birthdays others forget. The ones who notice when someone's struggling, even when that person pretends everything's fine. Being responsible gives their life meaning. But it also quietly drains them. Because no one asks, who's carrying you? And yet, serene Capricorns rarely ask for help. They believe they're supposed to handle things alone. That asking for support makes them weak. But it doesn't. It makes them human. So, if you're listening right now, and this sounds like your life, hear this: it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to let someone else carry the weight sometimes. You don't have to be the strong one every day. In communities, serene Capricorns are seen as the silent protectors. The reliable ones. The steady shoulders others lean on. But over time, this unspoken role can become a silent trap. One where exhaustion feels normal. One where burnout is hidden behind a calm face. And that's dangerous. So here's the real lesson: being dependable doesn't mean being invisible. Being responsible doesn't mean sacrificing yourself. If you're the person everyone counts on, make sure you count on yourself too. Rest. Reflect. Let someone else help you for a change. You deserve that. Because behind every calm, steady, disciplined Capricorn, there's a heart that's been carrying too much for too long. And it's time to heal. To protect yourself, the way you protect everyone else. But the journey doesn't end here. Because in the next part of this video, we'll meet a different kind of Capricorn. Not the calm leader. Not the disciplined worker. But the one who surprises everyone. The one who blends beauty with structure. Creativity with ambition. In the next section, we'll explore a side of Capricorn most people never expect, and what it reveals might just change everything you thought you knew about this sign. Now, let's shift to a side of Capricorn that often surprises people. A side that's not about quiet strength or strict discipline, but about creativity. Yes, you heard that right. Creativity. Because not all Capricorns are built only for structure. Some of them are born to create. To express. To turn life's struggles into something beautiful. This is the energy of the creative Capricorn. These Capricorns carry the influence of Venus. The planet of beauty. Of love. Of artistry. But remember, they're still Capricorns. Which means their creativity isn't wild and chaotic. It's disciplined. Focused. Structured. Imagine an artist who spends hours perfecting every detail of their painting. A musician who writes song after song, not chasing fame, but chasing personal truth. A designer who blends beauty with function, making every creation meaningful. That's how the creative Capricorn works. Passion meets precision. Dream meets discipline. People often think creativity is all about being spontaneous. But for creative Capricorns, creativity is a process. A path. They don't just want to create something beautiful. They want to create something that lasts. Something that matters. And this changes how they approach life itself. They see beauty where others see routine. A simple sunset. The curve of a building. A soft melody playing from a cafe. All of it speaks to them. All of it inspires them. Maybe you felt that too. That moment when something ordinary suddenly feels magical. That's your creative soul whispering. The truth is, for these Capricorns, art isn't just a hobby. It's therapy. It's how they translate emotions they can't explain. How they process pain they can't speak out loud. Creating becomes a way of healing. A way of understanding themselves. When words aren't enough. But here's where it gets interesting. Even though they're artists at heart, they never abandon practicality. They blend their emotions with strategy. Their visions with structure. That's why many creative Capricorns succeed in fields like architecture, design, music production, or anything that requires turning ideas into reality. They're not just dreamers. They're builders of dreams. Every creation is carefully crafted. Every project, a masterpiece in progress. This mix of creativity and discipline also shapes their relationships. They're not overly emotional, yet they're deeply romantic. But their love isn't shown through constant words. It's shown through shared experiences. Through thoughtful actions. Through creating beautiful moments, not just chasing fleeting feelings. And while they crave deep connection, they also need independence. Because their creativity flourishes in solitude. Imagine someone who loves being with their partner, yet still needs evenings alone to sketch, write, or simply think. That's not distance. That's not rejection. It's nourishment. Time alone feeds their soul, refuels their inspiration. Without it, they feel trapped, disconnected from themselves. So if you're in a relationship with a creative Capricorn, give them that space. It's not a wall. It's a window to their inner world. For creative Capricorns themselves, here's a gentle reminder: don't sacrifice your alone time out of guilt. Your solitude is where your best ideas are born. Where your healing begins. Use it. Protect it. Let it guide your art, your work, your life. Now, let's talk about something practical. Many creative people struggle to turn their passion into success. But creative Capricorns? They've got a secret weapon. Strategy. They understand that creating is only half the process. Sharing it, building from it, turning it into something sustainable, that's the other half. That's where their Capricorn energy shines. They know how to manage their projects. How to market their skills. How to blend artistic passion with business logic. They might not like self-promotion. But they understand its necessity. And they use it not to chase fame, but to support their creative freedom. Because for them, success isn't about applause. It's about being able to keep creating without limits. If you're a creative Capricorn, remember this: your art matters. Your ideas have value. Don't let fear of rejection stop you. Don't let perfectionism paralyze you. Progress is better than waiting for perfect. Share your work. Even when it scares you. Even when you think it's not enough. Because every piece you share connects you to the world in ways you can't predict. Beyond their work. Creative Capricorns approach life itself as an art form. Every decision feels intentional. Every step forward is deliberate. They don't waste energy chasing trends. They follow their vision. And that's what makes them stand out. It's not about being seen. It's about being true. True to their craft. True to their soul. But here's something deeper. Beneath the art, beneath the discipline, there's a quiet emotional struggle. The desire to find meaning. To create something that makes sense of the chaos inside them. They build beauty, not to impress others, but to remind themselves that beauty still exists. That even pain can be transformed. That life, no matter how hard, can still hold moments of grace. In solitude, they don't feel empty. They feel whole. Because that's when they hear their inner voice. That's when they create without limits. That's when they heal. And perhaps most people will never see this side of them. The hours spent alone, the doubts, the small victories that feel huge inside, but invisible outside. But that's okay. Creative Capricorns don't create for attention. They create because they must. It's their way of existing, of surviving, of thriving. So if you've ever felt like your ideas are too different, too strange, too quiet, remember, your uniqueness is your gift. Create not to please others, but to express yourself. Build not for validation, but for meaning. Let your discipline guide your passion. And let your passion remind you why you began in the first place. Because in the end, the most powerful creations aren't the ones that win awards. They're the ones that change hearts. Starting with your own. But we're not done yet. Because hidden even deeper within Capricorn energy is a third type. A type ruled not by Venus, not by pure Saturn, but by Mercury itself. A mind sharper than most, a heart that rarely shows, and a strategic brilliance that can either build empires or build walls around their soul. In the next part of this journey, we'll uncover the most analytical, most calculated, and perhaps the most misunderstood Capricorns of all. And what you discover might surprise you. Now we enter the world of the sharp-minded Capricorn. This type feels different from everything we've talked about before. If the serene Capricorn moves through life with calm, and the creative Capricorn builds beauty through discipline, then the sharp-minded Capricorn lives life like a strategy game. For them, every situation is a puzzle. Every decision, a calculation. Their mind is always working, even when they seem silent. Especially when they seem silent. People often misunderstand these Capricorns. From the outside, they look distant. Cold, even. But if you step closer, you'll see something deeper. A mind that never stops planning. A heart that loves carefully, but fiercely. A person who doesn't believe in chance. Only in preparation. Psychologically, this type of Capricorn is the master planner. Mercury's influence gives them sharp thinking. Saturn's energy adds structure and discipline. Together, they form someone who analyzes life step by step. They rarely act without a plan. Even in relationships, even in personal life, they think first. Not because they don't feel emotions, but because they don't trust emotions to guide their future. Imagine sitting across from someone who listens more than they speak. Who watches every detail. Who remembers things you said months ago. Who calculates risks while you're still thinking about the first step. That's a sharp-minded Capricorn. Their love language? Strategy. Their way of caring? Helping you find a solution before you even knew you had a problem. And yet, because of their logic and distance, many people assume they don't care. But nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is, they care so much, they protect themselves behind a wall of analysis. Feeling deeply but showing carefully. This type thrives in areas where structure and intelligence meet. Think business leaders, political strategists, systems architects, managers who don't just lead people, but build systems that lead people. It's not about controlling others. It's about creating efficiency, creating long-term success. They see the bigger picture when everyone else is stuck in small details. But here's the personal side most people miss. Their mind is their sanctuary, but also their prison. Overthinking is both their gift and their curse. They can break down problems in ways no one else can. But they can also trap themselves in cycles of overanalyzing every outcome, every decision, every word someone says. If you are this type of Capricorn, you know what this feels like. Making a simple choice takes hours because you're thinking 5 steps ahead. Planning every scenario. Protecting yourself from future failure. From disappointment. From pain. But here's something important. Overthinking doesn't protect you. It only delays your progress. So let me remind you, not every move needs to be perfect. Life isn't a puzzle to be solved. Sometimes, action itself is the answer. Trust your preparation. But don't let it stop you from taking the next step. The sharp-minded Capricorn also values independence like oxygen. Being able to work alone. Think alone. Decide alone. They don't seek advice easily. They don't ask for help unless they've exhausted every possible option. Why? Because vulnerability feels like giving up control. And control is their comfort zone. But the truth is, no one succeeds alone. No one thinks clearly forever. If you're this type, remember, letting someone in doesn't weaken your strategy. It strengthens it. Two minds see more than one. Two hearts heal more than silence. In relationships, these Capricorns aren't looking for someone to complete them. They're looking for someone who complements them. Someone who respects their space, their goals, their thinking process. They're selective in love. Not because they're picky, but because love is serious to them. Not a game. A contract. A long-term investment. They don't fall fast. But when they commit completely. That said, if you love a sharp-minded Capricorn, be patient. Understand that silence doesn't mean absence. Give them space to think, and they'll return with solutions. With loyalty. With quiet, steady love expressed through actions, not constant words. Now let's talk about one of their greatest talents. Time management. While others juggle tasks and drop the ball, sharp-minded Capricorns prioritize with surgical precision. They break down problems. Set timelines. Manage projects. Their mind works like a clock, always ticking, always tracking the next move. This ability makes them powerful in leadership. Because while others panic when problems pile up, they stay calm. They stay structured. They keep moving forward. They're not just leaders. They're builders of systems that outlast their presence. And here's the paradox. They're both traditional and innovative. Saturn anchors them in structure. Mercury pushes them to think outside the box. They don't just follow rules. They refine them. They see where systems fail and quietly rebuild them. Stronger than before. In friendships, they're the advisor. The problem solver. The one who listens carefully and answers wisely. They won't flood you with emotional support. But they'll help you solve the problem that's hurting you. They won't say, "I'm here for you every day." But when life collapses, they'll be the one who shows up, without needing to be asked. But this efficiency comes with a hidden cost. Emotional disconnection. Not from others. From themselves. Sometimes, they bury feelings so deep beneath logic, they forget what their heart wants. They confuse achievement with fulfillment. Progress with peace. If you are this Capricorn, stop and ask yourself, are you building success? Or are you building walls? Are you solving problems? Or are you hiding from the ones inside your heart? Because while strategy protects you, it can also isolate you. Remember, life isn't just about mastering the game. It's about living it. Feeling it. Trusting it. Sometimes, the most powerful move is letting go of the plan and stepping into the unknown. So, here's the truth. Sharp-minded Capricorns are not emotionless. They're guarded. They're not cold. They're cautious. Their mind is their sword. Their discipline is their shield. But their heart? It's still human. Still yearning. Still hoping someone will see past their silence and ask, how are you really? If you're this type, let yourself feel. Let someone in. Not everyone will understand you. But the right people will. Because even the sharpest minds need connection. Even the strongest strategies need moments of surrender. And what comes next? The final 3 insights. 3 truths that reveal not just Capricorn's strength, but its deepest vulnerability. Its greatest paradox. And perhaps, its most controversial lesson of all. Stay with me. You don't want to miss what's coming next. And now, we reach something few people understand about sharp-minded Capricorns. Their relationship with solitude isn't about being alone. It's about thinking, processing, recharging their mental energy. You see, when life becomes too noisy, too chaotic, they step back. Not because they're avoiding people, but because their mind needs silence to function. Time alone gives them clarity. It's where they find answers, where they build the next steps of their life plan. Think of that person who sits quietly, sipping coffee, staring at nothing, yet solving everything inside their mind. That's them. Solitude is not loneliness. It's their strategy session. It's where they regain control over what feels overwhelming. If this sounds like you, trust that instinct. You're not broken for needing space. You're not distant for protecting your thoughts. Solitude is your strength. Use it. But remember, don't let it become a wall. You're allowed to return to people when you're ready. Your mind thrives in quiet, but your heart heals in connection. Find your balance. Both are part of your growth. Now, behind all the precision, the focus, the logic, lies their quiet loyalty. Sharp-minded Capricorns might not show affection in the way people expect. They don't shower others with words. But if they care about you, they will protect you, support you, guide you. Their love is practical, strategic, but no less real. When they love, they build stability for you. They make sure your world is safe, even if they never say it out loud. They'll help solve your problems, organize your chaos, offer advice when you're lost. Because for them, love is action. It's making sure you succeed, making sure you're okay. They don't love many, but when they do, it's for life. So if you're with someone like this, remember, their silence doesn't mean absence. Look for their actions. Look for the plans they make that secretly include you. That's where their heart is. Quiet, steady, constant. And if you are this Capricorn, allow yourself to be human. You don't always have to be the guide, the solver, the strategist. Sometimes, you can just be present. Let people care for you too. You deserve that. Because even minds built like fortresses need moments of softness. Even the strongest strategies need a break. And that is the last hidden truth of the sharp-minded Capricorn. Now, as we stand at the end of this journey, let me ask you something. Did you see yourself in any of these types? Maybe you're the serene Capricorn, the one who carries everyone's weight in silence. Or perhaps you're the creative Capricorn, blending dreams and discipline to build beauty in a world that often feels too hard. Or maybe you're the sharp-minded Capricorn, always calculating, always guiding, always staying one step ahead, even when your heart longs to slow down. And perhaps you're a little bit of all three. The truth is, no one fits perfectly into a box. Astrology, psychology, personal growth, they're not answers. They're mirrors. Tools that help you see yourself more clearly. What you do with that insight is your choice. But remember this, being calm doesn't mean you're cold. Being disciplined doesn't mean you're uncreative. Being strategic doesn't mean you're unfeeling. You're more than the world's labels. You're a story still being written. If this video helped you understand yourself, even just a little, or made you think about someone you love in a new way, then don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Comment below. Let me know what type of Capricorn you are, or which one surprised you most. And if you felt seen in any part of this video, subscribe to this channel. Not because I need numbers, but because I believe self-awareness is power. And you deserve to keep growing. We have so many more stories to explore together. So many truths beneath the surface. This is just the beginning. Until next time, take care of your mind. Take care of your heart. And remember, even the strongest souls need someone to ask. How are you, really? See you in the next video.